Mr. Dungy, thank you for being a part of our program today. We appreciate it.
Well, thank you. I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you very much. Listen, I think I'd like to start with just a little bit about who you are. I mean, what's your background? What do you bring to the table of leadership?
Well, I've been in football most of my life, in athletics. I was fortunate to grow up in a home where my parents were educators. They were both teachers. So I got a very strong academic background, and like most young kids, I grew up really enjoying sports and gravitated towards that, but always wanted to bring something to the sports table, not just playing, but really understanding how to play and understanding the relationships between people that make a team a strong team.
What was it in particular about sports that got your attention, you think?
I like the idea of competing and of having a challenge and a goal and trying to achieve it. And I like the idea of teamwork. And sports field was somewhere where you could work with a group of people towards a goal, and you all have success when you attain that goal. So that was always intriguing to me.
You know, one of the values in the faith community, many faith communities, is being able to work together, being a part of a community. Do you think there was anything there, I mean, in your kind of growing up that kind of, I don't know, kind of gave you some direction and being able to think about that?
I think that's very important and very much a part of it. To me, I was always attracted to the team sports. I enjoyed playing golf and tennis and some individual things, but playing together and having that common goal and doing it as a team was always important. And I think faith is a big part of that, because as a Christian, working together is so important.
Now, dealing with the issues of trying to make that big win, I mean, everybody wants the big win. I mean, that's what a coach does. We've got to win. It's that co-competitive mode. Tell us a little bit about some of the challenges in trying to do that. I mean, that's got to produce what we call stress at some times. Talk a little bit about that.
There is a little stress in that, because the outside forces and everything in society is saying, hey, we're number one is the most important thing. You're only successful if you win that ultimate prize. And that's not always the case. Working towards the goal and trying to get there and developing things and being the best you can be is the way you have to look at it. But our society says you're not successful unless you absolutely win, and you win all the time.
Does your faith help you in any way in being able to address some of those challenges and that stress? I mean, is that kind of a help to you or a hindrance?
No, it really is. Faith is so critical because, number one, you're going to have ups and downs. You're not going to be successful every week. So when you do have those periods where you do lose a game or things don't go the way you want, what do you rely on, and how do you understand that you are doing something positive even when you haven't won? And that's where faith does come in. Why is the Lord bringing you to a situation? What besides winning are you trying to get out of it? And that's where, as a Christian, I think we have an edge.
Well, and I heard you say besides winning, trying to get something out of it. What do you think some of those other outcomes are besides just winning?
Well, I know for us on the professional level, I think our responsibility to the community, how people see us, how our young people see us especially, is important. We have so many young people now that look at professional athletes for really a lot of reasons. And we have a responsibility, I think, to be role models for those kids and to show them how you deal with success, how you deal with stumbling blocks, and how you deal with adversity. So many times a loss or a bad performance can be a way to witness to someone.
And is it fair to say, as some people would say, it's all sometimes about the process? It's not just about the outcome. It's those steps getting to the end, if you will?
I agree. It's very much the process. And if you win, but you don't win in the right way, or you don't win doing things to your best ability, that's not always good. And just because you lost doesn't mean you're a failure. How you go about things, how you prepare, how you present yourself, those are all important issues. And I think as a Christian, it's important for us to let people know that it's not just the final score that counts. The final score is important, but it's not the only thing.
It sounds to me like you would challenge then this quotation that says, well, stress is when you feel out of control. But based on what you're saying, it sounds like, well, whether you win or not, that's not the end product, so therefore control is not the major issue. What would you say to that quote? Stress is when you're out of control.
Stress, to me, does come when you're out of control, and you can add to that by trying to control too many things. There are things that you can't control, and that's where, to me, my faith and my Christian beliefs help me to realize that there are things that I can't control, and so not to let that part become something that plays on my mind, but really concentrate on the things that I can control, take care of what I have the ability to take care of, let God handle the rest, and therefore reduce that stress level.
Well, it sounds like you've been able to understand your faith so that you can say, I can rest in certain areas to just take care of themselves. And to really focus on those things that are within your manageability or within your purview to give contribution to.
Right. To me, and that's where Christian maturity comes in. And I certainly didn't always have that perspective on life. And I took things a lot harder and let a lot of things build up in me. But as I came through situations, experienced some things, grew as a Christian, I think I've been able to handle stress a lot better.